All right, everybody. How you doing? This is James once again. Uh, this is going to be another off-the-cuff episode. Um, for those of you who are even interested in hearing this story, um, and it is again. Well, I don't know if I have ever said had ever said this in particular, but um, just to quote um, the brilliant Dr. Blair. Um, this is my truth, uh, not your truth, and hopefully we can meet somewhere in the middle with our own experiences. He didn't say that verbatim, but basically, it's just our truth, and I have my own theories on many different things, many different levels, but it's the experience, it's what you go through that tends to prove some things in particular. And I went through some stuff the last couple days, man. The greatest one always um, finds ways for you to discover and enjoy and experience and live in different ways. And another quote that Dr. Blair says is that be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And I give you the crazy eyes because there's some things that go bump in the night, and this has been quite the journey. I'm still homeless. I'm not really interested in being anywhere near any places where an operation can go down. Um, just to let you know what's been going on lately. All right, so it happened yesterday morning, or I'm sorry, the day before. Um, so 2 days ago, I was just I had picked up a couple of things, so I could go relax on the beach. I like to relax and take it easy. I'm one of those people that likes to take it easy. If you have issues with specific substances, uh, then I'm sorry. I'm in the weed. I like my drink. I'm a relaxed type of guy, and that's what I like to go do. Anyway, so if you're still with me, picked up a couple things, was headed to the beach, and OC, Orange County, is kind of it's an interesting place because there's so many very wealthy people, um, but at the same time there's a lot of drugs. So I guess where there's wealth, there's also a lot of different types of substances that people can get their hands on. Like cocaine, methamphetamine. Uh, and when I was in jail, the majority of people um, were drug addicts or recovering drug addicts, and so we'll speak on that maybe one day about the government and victimless crimes, because most of these people were are harmless, and they actually go went to jail just to recover, and guess what they get? Free meds from our tax-paying jails, citizens who pay for the jails. Free meds. I was reading an article actually a while ago, while in jail, about how OC has recently um, budgeted several $billion for their health care, because when you go to jail, there's a lot of people who need health care. Need to go get your teeth cleaned, mental care, and generally it's being sick in different ways. So it's quite the industry. From what I can tell, it's basically just a way to force people to spend. It's like locking people in a grocery store, but making all the food really bad, and you can't take anything out of the grocery store, but you can pay for it while you're locked down. And there are security guards to walk around and yell at you, and treat you like complete shit, and wonder why you keep coming back. Um, but it's definitely like, or a mall. You could say a mall, because you can buy all sorts of stuff if you've got the money. You can buy anything you want, and so it's like its own little industry inside of there. I mean, like chips and cookies. I mean, soup. Everyone knows that one. So it's quite the thing. Um, you know. Anyway, so I ran into this crackhead. I wouldn't say he's a crackhead. That's what I call him. But he's a substance abuser, meth and cocaine and coke. And he said, it was a white guy, um, pretty young. Started around 50. He said he started around 15 years old, 15 to 19. He's 19 now, and so um, I plan on. I was trying to get some cash because I'm planning on heading out of here soon, and I can't really do it um, easily. Um, but I was looking to sell a couple things, and he and I got into a conversation, and he knew a couple of people, and um, I run across a lot of people uh, who seem to be very similar. The same type of people who do the bump in the night type of deal. Um, and so what usually happens is I tell them my story. They always wonder like what's going on. It's always the same type of thing. Like they are almost like a robot, like scripted. They'll ask, "Oh, you look like you're pretty clean. So you're homeless. So what's your story?" And then I'll tell them the story, and then everything changes. It's um, like a beam hits them, and their programming changes. If anyone knows about some of this mind control and programming and what the government or what these entities can do with people, I've seen it firsthand where people literally change souls or change entities. Like one entity will go out that's not working out too well, and a new one will come in. I've seen that done many a time, which I find very interesting, spooky, because you can't see it, but you know it. You're a part of it. Their personality changes, everything about them changes, but the entity that enters them still has their full memory intact or part of it, and same speech patterns, that sort of thing, but they act completely different. I mean, in a way, not completely different, but the, let's say that the programming has been upgraded in some way. The same thing happened with my wife, by the way, my ex-wife. She was she went and had she had surgery at one point, right after she gave birth to our daughter. And yes, I have a daughter, and I'll speak on that a little bit later too. It's a little bit of a sensitive subject, um, but my my ex, right after she got out of surgery, she was one person, and then a negative entity entered her. Um, a negative entity that was quite disgusting, really. Um, that just was not the same person, had no concern for me, and had all sorts of agendas planned. And that's uh, one of the parts of my life where things were really low, because they had this, I would call it a Nazi agenda of control and domination of spiritual people. And that was definitely a part of my life. And I'll get into that one day, because it's actually been 3.5, 4 years straight of torture in different ways. And so anyway, so to continue my story, so this guy uh, just ends up, we talk for a little bit, and then he kind of has like a change, and like the programming gets upgraded. And so we end up, he's like, "Oh, I know a couple of people right down here," and all this other stuff. And, things always work out very conveniently. Um, it's like everyone kind of knows each other. And whoever is in this network, and it's 100% a network, a psychic network, a telepathic network, where they can communicate with each other telepathically. I'm not sure who the players are, who the actors are, the evil actors, but they're around, and you can't really tell from your vision, but through the experience of it, it's what they're doing. Anyway, so we go to this garage area, and then we kind of chill out, wait for people, and then people are coming by back and forth. And immediately, guess what happens? Spiritual attacks. I don't know if it's part of the mind control or if it's a part of the negative entities wanting to take control of your body or your mind or whatever. But the spirit, like, they start attacking, and I can see it in my mind. It's like someone throwing punches and kicking, and then I've taught myself how to defend myself in different ways. Anyway, so the point is that what's happening is that you're opening yourself up as a portal to negative entities, and it's like they're constantly trying to enter your body, and they do. Um, I can feel them coming in and out all the time. As of late, there's some things that have changed, believe it or not. As I started putting videos up on YouTube to show my experiences, to explain my experiences, things have kind of gotten different, and I'll speak on that a little bit later. But uh, they in and out, in and out, in and out. When I was in jail, it was like the perfect place for them to jump on you and attack, um, and molest you as much as possible. And molestation and goes in many different directions. I don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes, but I do know that there's some type of entity, some type of parasite that can enter your body um, rectally. They can use some type of rectal projection, some type of nanotechnology or something, and it enters into your anal cavity, um, and it, it deposits maybe some type of nanotech, but you can feel them, especially if you're on the spiritual plane. You can feel your spiritual body, and then you can feel them manipulating it, and that's one of the things that they do. They can suck out your spiritual essence, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, again, since I meditate, there's strange things that do happen, and so you can feel it when they pull it out. And this kid, like, just was really negative. He started off all right, and then he just kept getting into this whole control, like telling me I'm stupid. Um, it started being nasty and negative about different things, trying to control everything I was doing, like, just being really aggressive as well. And I'm just like, hey, and we just keep going through these different experiences, and it was only like 2 hours that I was hanging out with him, and every time, like, every experience was kind of a negative experience. We would run into different people, crackheads or whatever, and I should use my own discernment, obviously. But we run into different people, and it would be another attack and negative energy attacking you, and things happening, and then he'd be upset about something, and then at some point I decided just to leave. I said, enough is enough. All right, I've had enough of the attacking for now. And boy, did he get upset. He started yelling at me, and I rode away on my bike. I was like, okay, enough of this. And this is how they are. Um, and so I just wanted to speak on that real quick. That um, it's really amazing how this world works, and what these people are, what these things are, because they really are everywhere. And because I've been under surveillance, they will show the F up. And so, even if you go into hiding uh, somewhere, they show up. They know where you are. They know where you are, they know what you're doing, and they have explicit goals. Um, and I was at the beach yesterday, and um, just chilling out. And a group of negative entities pop up, and they will sit right next to you, and the beach is facing one way, but they will sit right next to you and look at and stare at you. And I don't know if they're meditating, if they're trying to enter your body in some way through a portal um, that you've opened somehow, something that happens. And so I'll speak on that in my next video. But that was as I've been meditating, I've stumbled across universal love, and you know where to go with that. So this is James. Peace.